And we are back like we never left. Feels good.
Hey.
TNV, you know what it is. Vintage clothes. I'm with the Exchange FC. Jumpy.
You know what it is, bro. What's good? What's good, Steve?
What's good, man? This is our 10th episode. So if you're tuning in, if you watched everyone, thank you guys. Thank you for hanging on for a whole season of this new rendition of our podcast, FGTV, the Shirt Exchange. Yeah, man, we got to get back into it. I hope everyone had a great holiday. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, all that. It's about to be a new year. So we're closing 2025. I can't believe it. Oh, man. But, you know, both teams on the other side of the Hudson got some work to do. We got the World Cup coming up. Is this the biggest year of soccer? I mean, how long have we all been waiting for this year?
Dude, let me tell you something. I feel like we've been waiting for it for a minute. But it's here. It got here really fast. You know, when we started this exchange thing and we started to see that we started to like have a little bit of trend and everything started moving, we're here, bro. This summer, it's here. So it's like all this work better pay off, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The season's going to be a strange one because it's starting in a few months. February, I guess that's nothing that abnormal, but we get a break in the middle of the year. So I'm sure that's gonna throw a wrench into things.
It already does. It's the MLS. They are the wrench of soccer, right? They're the only one that gets disrupted schedule. They don't have the same windows. It is what it is.
All that's about to change after this year, which could really be like a changing of the guard. I mean, God only knows what everything's going to look like after this summer. It's a bit scary, but also I'm excited for it.
I was going to say, I'm excited.
I'm excited. You got to be. You got to be optimistic because if you listen to some of the travel football people, talking about the World Cup, it sounds like everyone's going to be priced out. And we talked about that the last episode about the pricing and being able to afford being at the World Cup. But it's going to be much more than just being at the game. I know everyone's going to want to go, but you got to think about all the other stuff that's going to be happening around the game. You guys talked about it on a back three. A lot of watch parties, a lot of different businesses mixing in with the culture. Is that something you're looking forward to in this next year?
Dude, let me tell you something, man. Aligning with Mark has been amazing. His vision for what he wants, Veritage and Bloomfield to be during this World Cup is something that's crazy. It's just going to take a lot of moving parts. And he's a one-man show, you know what I mean? I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what's happening. I'm excited to see how everybody is. But there's a part of me that is worried that people aren't taking this serious. I don't think they realize how important this is. I was actually just editing a video of an interview I did, and the person said, I don't think people are aware of how big of a show and spectacle this is. And the thing is that because this is where the final is, this is here for 30 days. So at Liberty State Park, there's going to be something happening every day. The craziest part of that part is those fan fests were usually free. This year, you got to pay. People are still going to pay.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to America. You're going to pay. I mean, that's a capitalistic society, right? I mean, $10 is not super steep. I mean, hopefully there'll be advantages to going there. I mean, you're used to going to festivals, right? And paying to get in. That's essentially what this is going to be. I mean, you're going to be partying. It's a party. It's basically one big party, if you want it to be. If you want to be in that scrum of going wild, drinking, scoring and chanting and everything else, I'm sure there's going to be an area where all that might be going on. Or you can just kind of sit back and relax and enjoy it from a different angle, eat some food with some family. We'll have to see. But some of those nighttime games...
USA's first game's at 9:30.
So it's going to... That's what I'm saying, man. It's going to be a party. I hope so. It's probably going to turn up. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be chaos. Honestly, there's probably going to be a lot of chaos. I can already feel there's going to be a lot of controversy this summer. There's going to be a lot of headlines. It's just a matter of what it's going to be, who or when. Hopefully not political, but it might be. But let us rest. It's going to be a positive, net positive for all the communities if they could do it right.
If they could do it right. And that's the thing I was going to say next. Like, FIFA and each city's, business bureau, whatever it is, are giving everybody the tools. People just have to go and do what they can do. You know, there's different portals, there's different things you can do, but that's what people need to do. Like, they've already set up their part. Now everybody else has to do their part. And if you can't make money on this situation coming to your town, you have to talk to somebody because it's here for you to be made. There's money to be made.
Yeah. And what are some of those things like collaborating with like local artists or just collaborating with, people to alter some business tactics where you offer different things,
Yeah. So
cater
like
to certain
when we
groups?
spoke to somebody, he had an idea of like, if you're here for 30 days, you obviously got to get your laundry done. You still got to do all that nonsense, right? So maybe a place that does laundry or does dry cleaning, you show them like that you have a ticket so you get a discount. So you could promote like do your laundry here, whatever. Hair salons, nail salons, restaurants, like there's 30 days of games. There's 30 days of you possibly doing something at your place.
Mm-hmm.
But also us up north, we have Brazil Morocco first game at MetLife. Brazil and Newark is huge. So like Newark is going to be insane. New York is going to be insane. You know? So there's going to be games here that are going to make things easy for you to do this, but you just have to do it. But then there's a lot of like different rules. Like you can't use the trophy. You can't use the words like FIFA World Cup. Like there's a lot of things. But in one of these portals, you can see all the do's and don'ts, and then you can do it on your own how you have to. But the opportunity is there.
Yeah.
I would suggest, and he's cool. I would suggest if people were curious, because I know that he tried to put something together here at Bloomfield, I would ask Mark from Veritage, because I know that he's in the mix, and I know that he's doing certain things, and I know that he is helping people like put together rules in different scenarios here in Bloomfield, and I know that he's a nice guy, so I know that anybody could reach out to him and pick their brain. And if he says, "How'd you get me?" you could say that we told him over here.
Yeah, exactly. You heard it here first from Jumpy. But yeah, no. Speaking of up north, I mean, there's a lot of going up in North Jersey. I'm sure if you're listening and you live a little bit south of North Jersey around the shore, there will be a lot going on too. If you know the summer, I mean, there's a lot of activity. So I'm expecting a lot of tourists around this area too. So yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do. I mean, we might do something with the boats. I work with, I don't know if people know it like that, but my line of work is I work in, sometimes the automotive or boating industry. So there's a lot of different things you can do with helping travelers move around and showing them around New Jersey the good parts and kind of letting them soak up the culture because it is coming to our state, which is kind of like we gotta show the guests around too, so we want to show everyone a good time. But one of the things we got to do with Mark, speaking of Mark, is a pop-up with the Hudson Hive and NJ Beano Club at Veritage.
Are you a Bino guy? Did you play? I don't play. I
That
want
was
to
my
play.
first time playing Beano. It was fun. It was fun. I don't have any. I'm not. I mean, I live here by myself, so I'm not like playing. But it's nice to play against somebody.
No, definitely a million percent. I didn't get to play this time, but when he first got the boards, I got to play with him and I got to play with Roger. It's a cool game. I love it.
Yeah, no. The Beano is a lot of fun. I didn't think much of it at first because I just saw it and I was like, okay. Because I played foosball, right? I think we all played foosball.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, but like once you start playing, you're like, all right, what am I just flicking a ball here? I'm flicking nuts. No, like it's like tactics. You got like there's little things you can do.
Yeah.
No, it's a great time. I love the bank shots too. It's fun. It reminds me of this game. Used to be called knock hockey. It's a thing.
With cards?
Yeah, no, knock hockey. It was like a
Okay.
board game, and it was with a stick.
With a red stick. And it
Yeah.
was a cube that was a goalie, right? The box?
Yes. I think that was a Northeast game. I don't know if that's like a Northeast thing only. I'll have to look that up, but yeah,
I
it
know
reminds me
exactly
of-
what it is, bro.
Yeah, good stuff. I love those games.
That's
Right?
so funny.
Good pull. But yeah, successful event at Veritage. We'll be back there soon. I'll drop a date. Hopefully, I'll give you guys a little bit more heads up, and I want to promote it more and bring more people out because the Cosmos are coming to fucking town, and
I
they're
love
about to
it.
bring a new energy.
Dude, I love it. And I love what they're bringing. I love what their groups are bringing. Like, that event was great. The players are coming out. Dude, he had a great story, man. He was telling me how this all aligned for him. And I'm just like, dude, this is why I want to root for this team. You guys are all local kids, man, trying to
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's pulling on my heartstrings a little bit too.
Yeah. And like he was telling me like the day that he got signed and There was a family member who was sick while he got the call, and he was going to get like a corporate job.
Yeah.
And at the corporate job's office, he was talking to the guy who was going to be his manager or boss or whatever. And the guy had a Pele signed photo from the Cosmos. And he was like, nah, B, what am I doing? I got this opportunity. I got to go. I got to go.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go, dude. I want that kid to be great. I want them to be great, man.
He didn't really tell me his team. Do you know his team? I mean, I'll give him a kit. I mean,
He's
he
Colombian,
likes the
actually.
USA stuff.
He's Colombian, actually.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know any other details than that, but
Well,
like,
that's all I need. That's fine. That's fine.
yeah, but he's such a good kid. Like, dude, I can't. I'm excited for this, man.
Yeah. And I am too. I am too. It was great to get it was finally good to get people out and about and face to face. I mean, we all like to connect online, which is great, even through this YouTube. It's cool, but there's nothing like getting the group together, connecting on a good level, sharing some
I saw.
stories.
I reached out to somebody from the Hive because I saw an influencer that I'm cool with one of the Hive jerseys,
Mm.
and I was like, "Oh, wouldn't mind get lost in the mail." And he was like, "Oh, I don't have any extra large. You gotta wait." I'm like, "What? I what?"
That's funny. I got one right here, actually.
I said, "Come on, yeah." I said, "Come on, would mind get lost in the mail?"
The
Come
Golden
on.
Hive right here. This is the new kit for the Hive supporters group. Little honey on the back.
I
Yeah,
like it.
it's a clean kit. You can find it at feelsgoodfc.com. If you need one in person, we'll cut you a deal.
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, I saw this influencer. She had this jersey. What the hell, man?"
Yeah. Influencer wins to wear.
You want to know the best? So while we were there, I was obviously talking to people from the Cosmos. I was telling, like, let me ask you something, because this is honestly what I'm thinking. And again, disclaimer: I'm not hating on any of these influencers. What they're doing, I don't get completely, but it's not for me to get because it works for somebody. So I said, why does a team like the Cosmos need influencers to help promote this? They're like one of the richest traditional teams in all of sports. Like, you had one of the greatest athletes ever, soccer player, on this club here in New Jersey. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how, right? He's like, dude, we're in like a middle where you need to reel in new people in order for this to work. And it's through these influencers. But he was then telling me some of the numbers that these influencers were trying to get from him. Wow, like 10 G's,
Whoa!
5 G's. I'm like, what? Nah, B. I'm like, but for that, get the athlete to promote it. Like back in the day, growing up, we were growing up. The people that we saw in the starter commercial, in the Nike commercial, in the whatever commercial was the
Yeah, like
athlete.
I cop one of those. It's green. I love the color green. Green's my color.
I do 1,000,000%. But also, I think on the Cosmo standpoint, and I don't know if he'll get to this. Hopefully, he does see this. I think Giuseppe needs to be out there, man. I think people need to see Giuseppe. He's probably the biggest thing football wise that's in that stadium. Every player, everything, whatever. I think the people need to see him.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be reminded, not the Juve fans, because they'll always think of the hat trick, but he is a guy that people need to start seeing. I know that he's practicing with the kids. Tino was telling me, like, he gets to practice with them. He's like, it's wild. I'm like, dude, G's the best. Like, growing up, G was like one of my favorite players. You know, he was a Jersey guy, played for United. It was good, man. He was the man. I think we need to see him. And, you know, the first night of the season is a Legends Night. So they're going to bring all these old players back that want to come back. So this is going to be good, man.
That's interesting. I wonder what the biggest name they can pull out of that hat for the Cosmos. See if they can get. That's what they're probably going to try to do.
It'll probably be like a Shep Messing. It'll probably be like Eskandarian, the both of them.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, that's probably Pele's daughter will be there.
yeah. It's tough because we are living in this new age where a lot of the kids, a lot of the people growing up, man, yeah, they all are on TikTok and they're all on Instagram, and you only see things for a few seconds. You might only have, and if they see someone in the jersey just for a little bit, that's all it takes. And be like, oh, that's right, Cosmos. Oh, I see a Cosmos sign. Oh, okay, Cosmos game. It could be like that. Yeah, definitely not for us. We like to do things different ways, but it's a new age. I mean, it's just strange to see the Cosmos do it, right? Because it's such like a legendary team. I agree.
Yeah,
And I agree. I agree. But there have plenty of more opportunities for once they get the ball kicked and the ball rolling, that they'll have time to really make this thing cool because they got to build that atmosphere at their stadium too.
1,000,000%. But I hope that. So there's an influencer that I'm a fan of. He's a local kid. His name is like RV Footy or something, and he's from Patterson. And I asked him, I was like, "Yo, I saw you at the event. Like, what?" He's like, it's cool. They gave me this jersey, but like, I want to do something with them. I'm from Patterson, and I'm just like, "Yo, I love that. I love that you're about this life like that." So I don't even know the kid like that, but he follows us. So shout out to him. And I said to him, like, if I ever talk to somebody, I'll see what we could do. So when I started talking to their social person, it's like, "Yo, there's a kid that you guys got to put on," and he was like, "Who is it?" So as I'm saying, he's like, RV, he says the name. And I'm like, "Yeah," but then we both looked at his followers. We're like, it's not a lot of followers. I'm like, it shouldn't be about that. Like, here is a kid that is from this city, like blocks away from where you guys are going to play. So excited about a team coming there. All his like little skits and shit is him with his bag that he got from the Cosmos. He did a jersey saying like Patterson on the front. Like, he is so about it. And I think I would take that over a 10,000 fan follower influencer.
Now you're gonna have to pay too, another 2K or 10 G's
Yeah,
to
but you know what the thing is, that for some people that this is their job, yeah, I could see. But like
yeah.
somebody who just wants to be in the mix of something great, you have to rock with that, and you got to invite him to come, and you got to have him soup up your team, and he's gonna do a good job about it because he's about it.
Yep. Yep. It's organic. It's real. It's not. It's not a facade in any way, and that's what we want. You know what I mean? To build that, and you're tapping into the creativity and the culture, and it means more. Yeah, I don't see why not. So the Cosmos got. It's going to be an exciting season for them. Do you know when their season kicks off exactly?
I'm not sure the date, but before the show's over, I'll have you the date.
Okay, we'll get back to him on the date. But moving a little bit up more north and to the east is Sports Illustrated Stadium as gets to have a little bit of a break from all the concerts and games. But we do have a new head coach. I'm sure everyone knows by now. We touched on it, Twitter wise or Instagram wise. But Michael Bradley, welcome to Red Bull New York. Welcome back to New Jersey, Michael Bradley, originally from New Jersey. This is a home run. I'm wearing the Roma kit because my guy played for Roma. So Michael Bradley, happy to have you. A little nervous, but more happy. I think there's a lot more upside here. We got to give him the tools to work with so we can see. But Jorge, what's your first reaction to Michael Bradley being the coach?
I said it. I said it at the beginning of this whole thing when his name was first brought up. He had a very easy job. He had to keep a team in first place, right? So he took over a team that was in first place, had to just keep them afloat. I forgot how many games it was after that. And he did his job. I don't think he was cut out yet for this job, but everybody knew that the writing was on the wall, right? The way that everything happened, the way it all went down, we kind of knew that he was getting the job anyway. So I'm not going to sit and knock it, but it's just like, this has to be a different ballgame that he's getting into now, from the kids to the adults, right? Like,
Definitely.
it's kind of like I always joke with people with like A-Rod, right? Like when you're a coach, when you're fucking like Joe Girardi, you're his coach, and you go up to him like, "Hey, Alex, you should do this." You're like, "Dude, I'm fucking Alex Rodriguez. Like, who the fuck are you?" Like type of shit. Like, I would assume, I'm not saying that Emma Forsberg's like that or Chupo, but I know that that has to be a little more difficult to
I
navigate.
can see it for Chupo for sure.
You
Because
know,
played at an even higher level than Michael Bradley, technically
exactly.
at certain times. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think like that's the part that has to be tough to navigate. But we'll see. He's here. We'll rock. I'm looking forward to seeing him at the press conference in a couple days. So it's on.
Yeah. No. Shout out to Michael Bradley. He's the man. You know how it is. He knows too that he's from New Jersey. We're all going to be critical at first because he's young and he's unproven, and we have the right to question that. I mean, his dad was a great coach, and I think he's getting some credit off of that. Bob Bradley, I'm sure everyone knows Bob Bradley. He coached all around the world, coached for USA too, 2010 World Cup. He's got a big name. while playing on the field, a lot of people did say that he was like the coach on the field. He wore the armband for USA. I mean, he's got, I don't know, over 200 caps for the USA men's national team. So this is definitely a person who is a leader. Where he's at in his journey of being a head coach, we don't know yet because it was only a short amount of time at Red Bulls 2. It was a good time. Brought the trophy home, it was great for the young Bulls, and now some of them got promoted, so they are familiar with Michael. So I like that connection. So we try to focus on the beginning, one step at a time. I think it's good, but I'm curious to see when he runs into trouble, because it's kind of inevitable with this team and with this roster. What's going to happen with him, and how is he going to react to difficult times? Because he's only really had it good, right?
That's what I was gonna say. To stop this for 1 second, their first game is Saturday, March 14th at Hinchcliffe Stadium versus Heart of Pine.
Okay.
Portland. So that's their first game at Hinchcliffe, Saturday, March 14th, to be determined time-wise. Back to Red Bull.
Yeah.
I do think that the Red Bull set this up, right? So they obviously have. But let me tell you something. Granted, like that's great news. The guy that everybody should be talking about right now is Julian de Guzman. The guy's gonna start trading fans, bro. Like he's getting rid of everybody. He's getting rid of everybody. Like
He's trading you, man. He's trading the exchange out.
I'm checking my mailbox every day to see if I got a letter from the Red Bull. Like you can't come here anymore. The exchange isn't allowed. Kev said no more. Dude, he's taking his job in stride. I went in there the last press conference and I said to him, "You guys kind of waved the white flag. Fans thought you waved the white flag," and he was like, "No, no, 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 no." Like,
I think he took that personally now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I love it. I love it.
You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out. That's what he did. You're cool. You're cool.
You gotta admire it a little bit. If everyone knows what we're referencing to, Lewis Morgan traded to San Diego FC. Peter Stroud. Peter Stroud
going to DC.
Yep. To DC. Oh yeah, Sean Nealis to DC.
Uh-huh.
Sean Nealis to DC. Peter Stroud in Minnesota. Lewis Morgan to San Diego. Those are just some of the moves Julian has done so far. We got
Jay Cowell.
And we got Justin Che, a defender. 2 guys coming in, 3 left so far. Obviously, Red Bull's not done yet. But yeah, the big one is Lewis Morgan getting traded to San Diego FC, which is tough because he was a fan favorite. Even though he was injured, everyone still loved him. He was a big part of that 2024 run. Like that goal on that versus Columbus, amazing. Will never be forgotten. Really going to see tough to see.
He's an absolute savage, dude. And you know what? He's one of the guys that left it all out there at the end. I think I told you, when I got to interview Dante at the barbershop, I was talking to him. Lewis was there. And when he got out of the chair, he was like, oh, and I'm like, he's like, dude, my hip is like killing me just coming off of a barber chair. And he still went to that final and he still played almost 90. And then you have a guy like Reyes who went there and got fucking seasick and wet the bed. So just saying, shout out to Lewis Morgan. The fans won't ever forget what you did. Your name is still gonna ring. Fucking name still ringing.
Ringing bells
here. Yeah, dude, you're the guy, Lewis. You're the guy.
Yep. Yeah. It's tough to see Lewis Morgan go. Like I said, it's just injuries kind of plagued him. I was hoping he was gonna get onto the field this year. I thought it was still possible. We didn't really get to see Lewis, Emil, and Chupo for long enough, right? Like that was a crazy front 3, and it was kind of working in the very beginning of the season. I know people have a short memory, but in the very early stages of the Red Bull season, that was working. I wish him luck over in San Diego. We'll see what happens next. I'm figuring Cade Cowell will kind of fill in that role, unless Wiki Carmona, he's like the next name off that list. That if he can get rid of him.
He's not going to get.
If he could somehow do a deal with Wiki and then, but you got to bring someone else in. You can't just get rid of Wiki and then have nobody. But I'm assuming that they're just going to promote one of the Red Bull 2 guys, Mosquera, Benedetti, one of those dudes to fill in that like up 10.
Yeah. We'll see. I still think that the issue is in the back. I think that's still the issue, and they've never really filled that hole of Frankie Amaya. So let's see. what the Red Bull have. Let's see what Julian has up his sleeve.
Yeah.
Real quick while we're on it.
Yeah, Luca called out too that he wanted to see moves, and it looks like Red Bulls fans are seeing that, so it's good. I mean, whether they pay off or not, he's got a lot of work to do. Julian, as you can see, he's already kind of done a lot. He's done a lot more than Red Bull have done in like whole windows, but at least he's aware of the situation, so it's
Yeah.
good. I
Dude,
mean,
another guy, briefly, that we didn't touch on, that isn't with the club anymore, is going to be Kyle Duncan. We knew Carlos was going, but have you heard what happened with Carlos?
yeah, I saw Carlos left Orlando City on red and
Dude,
said, "I'm out. I'm going to Brazil."
and you know what the worst part is? That he went to Orlando and they did like a physical, the whole 9 yards, and then he just ghosted them. His agent like supposedly like haven't answered calls from the team, haven't answered emails from the team, haven't answered texts from the team, and he is now going to sign with Sao Paulo in Brazil.
Incredible
That's
story.
wild.
Incredible story. He got cold feet.
Yeah.
These athletes are humans too. You said we were speaking about some of the trades that happen in the sport. Whether you see it coming or not, whether you get re-signed from your club, it's not really up to you all the time. So it's a shame, and some players go on different journeys, and this is Carlos's journey. I'm sure he's happy, with his decision. It sucks for Orlando. I'm sure they had their keeper. This also happened with Elias Manuel with Real Salt Lake.
Yeah.
It looks like, all for better or for worse, New York Red Bulls is a decent spot for certain players, and they kind of start, falling in love with the culture here. And if you go around MLS, it's really not the same. In certain spots like LA, okay, San Diego, probably a great spot. So I'm hoping Lewis can find his feet there. I'm hoping Carlos as well for Brazil.
Dude, here's the best. What does Lewis Morgan say when he goes into the locker room and the first guy he sees is fucking Reyes? Huh?
I love that. That's a question for everyone in the comments. What is Lewis saying to Reyes as he walks in? Yeah, that's so funny.
Right? I actually just saw that San Diego has stepped away from the Coachella tournament. Coachella preseason. I just saw it, while we were BSing. I just looked
Yeah, I don't
on.
know if Red Bull are going to participate in this
Red
year.
Bull are not participating in Coachella this year either. I know NYCFC is, but we'll see.
Yeah, and last thing, Red Bull will not be participating in Leagues Cup either. So no more international, no more Guadalajara or anything else this upcoming year. But yeah, on the other side of the river, we had NYCFC. It hasn't signed anybody yet. I've heard rumors, but they failed to sign Hack, one of their better players. He ended up
Dude, you know
signing
what?
with
He was
LA
a kid.
Galaxy.
He was a kid on this club. Like literally, since he was a kid, he's been on the club. One of the very grassroots players that have been on the team. And supposedly today, I saw that NYCFC came in with a bigger bag or a very big bag, and he said no. He was looking to leave anyway.
And he ends up, yeah, ends up signing in LA. So I said that's kind of another destination for some players. We're trying to make New York a destination. I think it should be for all players. They should want to play here. Yeah, that one's strange. Even as like a Red Bull fan, like especially for a guy that's around here, he kind of knows what's going on. World Cup, you're getting a new stadium soon.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't see why you really wouldn't want to stay there. So that's that's a big loss for NYCFC, and then they got Andres Pereira, who they also got to decide on what's happening there. But it looks like they should be able to retain.
Also, another guy's Maxi. Maxi Morales was at the end of his contract. I think he stays for a cheaper price. But if they did Hack like that, I don't see how they're gonna do. They can't do Maxi like that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Pascal Janssen will have to see what he has to work with, but also, I mean, they didn't really give him much this past year, and he did a lot with the little amount. So I feel like
Shout out to NYCFC. They did their thing.
It's going to be another tough
They ran
year.
into Miami. They lost to the champion.
Yeah, it's gonna be a competitive year for both clubs again. It was surprising that Red Bull fell out of playoffs this year. I mean, this isn't going to do our year wrap up, but I think that was the most surprising thing I saw all year. I know Red Bulls, you kind of called it way early in the year. I mean, it feels like that was a century ago, and things are completely different now. You called it that we wouldn't make playoffs. I mean, I can't believe we missed it. So that is my most surprising thing of the year. What is your most surprising thing of 2025?
My most surprising thing of the year, MLS or all football?
Anything. MLS too could be schedule changing.
I think that's one of them. I think one of my biggest is that they're finally going to make this change in the window. That is probably, actually, that's probably the biggest, I think, because that's just going to change the scope of this game and the way that things are, especially after the hangover from this World Cup. It'll be perfect for everybody to get on the same wavelength. I just hope that this move doesn't go back, that they don't go back to it in a couple years to playing regular. But I
Yeah.
will say there is a benefit of this. You know, you're still going to have soccer in that warm weather because you're going to have the Cosmos and the USL. So it should be good. I'm excited to see what's happening. And we're going to rock, man. We're going to rock. And this is something that everybody, I think there's a lot of people looking forward to this. And it's going to be a very telling tale for what it is. You asked me the greatest moment, right?
Yeah, and the biggest surprise was
The
the
schedule
schedule
change.
thing, which
Yeah, I think that finally happening was huge, but I think USL is going to benefit and the Cosmos will benefit from this if everybody continues to watch during the spring and summer where everybody does watch soccer, right? If you're not a baseball fan, you're watching soccer. So this is actually a huge home run. And you asked me the greatest moment,
yeah,
right?
favorite moment of 2025.
I think it would have to be when Roger caught Julian Hall and Kevin Sullivan's exchange of shirts, and they were like holding the shirts, and that picture kind of went viral. Everybody kind of saw it. So I would have to say Roger catching that exchange. And then also, another on a personal note is getting the show started with Mark. You know, Mark and I have been talking about putting some together, and I'm having a lot of fun with the back three. I get to keep my identity of the exchange. He gets to get his identity about Veritage. And then we both get to bring what we do together to the forefront for everybody. So I think it's been amazing, man.
Yeah, I
And
love
doing
that.
this too, Steve.
Yeah,
Come on, man. You
keeping this
know,
alive.
we got
Oh
thrown
yeah,
into the fire by the South Ward, and we came out guns blazing, baby. And
yeah.
here we are, right? 10 episodes in, people doubted us, down me now, right?
Yep, exactly. And yeah, thanks everyone who was at that. I know it was a while ago that event with Cam Harper. That was definitely one of my favorite moments. Although it was with the South Ward, it was a good time getting to know Cam and shout out Cam Harper. Hopefully, we can do something again soon at Veritage. That was one of my favorite moments, and also my favorite games was Red Bull beating LA Galaxy 7-0. A lot of fun. Seemed like an eternity to go. It was a great game. Outlook was a little bit different, but just like a great time overall. And I think it was a successful night for the franchise because they did a Noche Latina, and the whole community came out, and that was a great crowd. So it's like they got to build off that. So I'm just saying that was like the greatest thing I saw because just to show a potential of like, hey, that was just a regular season game in the middle of the summer, and it was packed. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping for more stuff like that in this summer, and I'm hoping Red Bulls get back into the playoffs. You need playoffs around here. If you're from New York, New Jersey, look at the fucking Jets. You don't want to end up like that, all right?
Jets fucking. Dude, I just saw something. The Jets don't have an interception all year. That's fucking insane.
Well, they definitely have turnovers and they definitely have losses and points scored because they are one of probably the least, likely of all to win a championship anytime soon in the New York area. They haven't made playoffs in over, I think, 14, 15 years, so it could be worse for both Citizens and Red Bull fans, and now Cosmos. So I'm ready. I'm ready for all this action. It's going to be action packed 2026. Again, thank you everybody who listened to us, who came by an event, whoever bought a kit before from me. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting. Only bigger things to come. Hopefully, some more player interviews and some big guests in 2026. I can officially tease it now, but Brandon Allen, he'll be coming on to the podcast soon. Former Red Bulls 2 player, so stay tuned for that. Jorge,
USL guy.
yeah, big USL guy. He won a championship with Red Bulls 2 in 20, I think it was 2016 there with Tyler Adams and Derek Etienne and some big names in that squad that made a big difference in this franchise. So Brandon Allen, champion, USL champion, will be with us in a few weeks.
What the
Jorge
fuck's
got
he doing with you and Kevin then if he's this guy? Come on. I gotta ask. I said, Brett, how the fuck you run into these two guys?
Yeah, I know. We'll have to find out how our worlds collided. I actually wrote about him way back when I used to work for Orlando City back in 2016. So even I got that little Orlando connect.
That's it.
That's it. And you know what? Last thing, shout out to Julian de Guzman because we called him out and it seems like he's making moves. He re-signed AJ and he re-signed Tim Parker. So at least some of those guys we're retaining. So we'll see them next year.
You know what else I forgot? I heard that they're probably getting rid of Daniel Edelman.
I saw he was on the trading block too. I actually don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know how I feel about
He had
that.
a little bit of a decline, but I think
Yeah, but you got to give him.
back.
He's still young. You got to give him a year. I think he can bounce back.
Yeah.
I think he can bounce back. He had a great 24. I think he can play better, and I think he knows it too.
Perfect.
I mean, I thought Peter Stroud leaving. I thought that meant maybe Daniel gets to stay. So we'll have to see. Keep you guys eyes out on the transfer market. Happy New Year. The exchange. You got anything else you want to sign us out with?
No, I mean, I just want to thank everybody for still rocking with us. At the draw, there was the kid that was at, I forgot his name right now. He came to the event with Cam Harper. He's at all our events, this kid, Spanish kid. He comes with his family. He's all about it. He was telling me that he listens every week. I just am very thankful for everybody who listens to this, listens to the back three. It was hard for us to carve out this little lane in our section of the exchanges, and people are now starting to get it. So I thank everybody for that. Because the truth of the matter is, like, to some people, this isn't relevant. It's more relevant to us as fans about that. And people have caught on, and teams have taken part in it. So big thank you to everybody who has helped us along the way and everything and all the projects that I'm involved in.
Oh, yeah. We got some big things in the works. We got some shirt exchanges coming up, too. I mean, we got some legendary kits, you know what I mean? We still got some Henris and other things left around, so we'll have to do a show soon, maybe talking a little bit about more shirts, though. If that's something you guys want to hear, please comment, tell us what you guys want to hear, but you also got to like and subscribe. I hate to be this. It's Steve Pontecorvo, TNV Clothing, Feels Good FC. Shout out to Feels Good FC.
You already know what it is, George the Exchange FC.
George the Exchange FC. Adios, amigo. Happy New Year. Feliz Navidad.
Happy
Peace.
Kwanzaa, all that shit.
Yeah.